In the darkest days of World War II, Germany believed its encrypted communications were impossible to break. The Enigma machine was the pride of the Nazi military, a device so complex that every single message had over 150 million possible combinations. Even if the Allies captured a machine, they would still have no idea how it was configured. Every day at midnight the settings changed. No human mind could keep up. But inside a quiet British estate called Bletchley Park, a group of mathematicians and puzzle solvers silently prepared to do the impossible. Among them was a young, brilliant, and unconventional thinker named Alan Turing. This is the story of how Turing broke Enigma and how his work helped win World War II. Bletchley Park was unlike any other operation during the war. Its staff included mathematicians, linguists, chess champions, and people recruited simply because they were exceptional at solving newspaper crossword puzzles. All of them worked behind locked doors in wooden huts, forbidden to tell even their families what they were doing. At the center of the effort was Turing, a man whose mind worked in patterns, logic, and possibilities beyond what most could imagine. To understand Turing's achievement, we first need to understand Enigma itself. Unlike a standard code, Enigma was an electromechanical cipher machine. Each key pressed on the keyboard sent an electrical signal through a series of rotating wheels called rotors. These rotors changed position after every letter, scrambling the message in a new way each time. Even if you typed the same letter twice, Enigma produced two different outputs. By the time the electrical signal passed the plugboard and returned to light up a letter on the display, it had been transformed through billions of possible pathways. The Germans were confident that Enigma was unbreakable. And to most of the world it was, but not to Alan Turing. Turing realized a critical truth. To defeat a machine, he needed another machine. He began designing an electromechanical device capable of running through Enigma settings faster than any human could. This device became known as the Bombe, a massive spinning, clicking machine that tested possible Enigma configurations at incredible speed. But even with the Bombe, Bletchley Park needed something called a crib. This was a guessed phrase that might appear in a German message. Luckily for the Allies, German operators were predictable. They often sent repeated weather reports, routine daily phrases, and ended messages with "Heil Hitler." These predictable patterns gave Turing's machine the foothold it needed. Each day, the codebreakers raced against time. At midnight, the Germans reset their Enigma machines, meaning Bletchley Park had less than 24 hours to intercept radio traffic, break the day's setting, and deliver the intelligence. Rooms were filled with the sound of typewriters, radios, and the steady clicking of Turing's machines. Hundreds of workers, many of them young women, spent hours transcribing intercepted messages. Every breakthrough gave the Allies a glimpse into German strategy, troop movements, supply shortages, submarine plans, and more. One of the greatest challenges was naval Enigma, used by German U-boats hunting Allied ships in the Atlantic. The U-boats were devastating Britain's supply lines. If the convoys failed, Britain would fall. Turing developed new techniques and adjusted the bomb to target naval Enigma specifically. The results were extraordinary. Suddenly, Allied commanders knew where U-boats were hiding. Convoys changed routes in time. The Atlantic lifeline survived. Historians now believe that the intelligence produced at Bletchley Park, known as Ultra, shortened the war by at least 2 years and saved millions of lives. Ultra influenced major Allied victories, including the Battle of the Atlantic, the North African Campaign, and even preparations for D-Day. Yet none of the thousands of people who worked there could speak a word of it. Their achievements remained classified for decades. Meanwhile, Turing continued working, often absorbed in his thoughts, indifferent to personal comfort, and driven entirely by logic. His colleagues remembered him chaining his mug to a radiator so no one would steal it, or running long-distance trails across the countryside to clear his mind. But when the war ended, there were no medals, no parades, no public recognition. Turing's work, though world-changing, was buried under national secrecy. Tragically, despite being one of the greatest minds of the 20th century, Turing was later persecuted by his own government. His contributions remained hidden, and his personal life overshadowed his genius. He died at the age of 41, never knowing that his work would one day be celebrated as one of the greatest achievements in modern history. Today, Alan Turing is remembered as the father of computer science and artificial intelligence. His ideas laid the foundation for the digital world we live in, and his work at Bletchley Park remains one of the most extraordinary examples of human intelligence defeating tyranny, not by force, but by logic. Enigma was considered unbreakable, but Turing proved that even the most impossible problems can be solved with creativity, persistence, and a mind willing to see what others cannot. His legacy is not just the end of a war, it is the beginning of the modern age.